The day Elvis Presley died was a day that changed everything. It started like any other morning at Graceland, the grand mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. The sun was just creeping over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sprawling estate, but inside the atmosphere was tense. Elvis had been struggling with his health for a while, and his close friends and family could sense that something was terribly wrong. It was August 16, 1977. Elvis had spent the night in his bedroom, a room adorned with trophies, awards, and memorabilia from his illustrious career. His wife Priscilla had left the house earlier that morning, and his girlfriend Ginger Alden was the last person to see him before he retired to his bathroom. She kissed him good night and went to her own room, unaware that it would be the last time she would see him alive. Around 2 p.m., Ginger grew worried when Elvis didn't return. She knocked on the bathroom door, but there was no response. Her heart racing, she pushed the door open and found Elvis lying on the floor unresponsive. She screamed for help, and within moments the house was in chaos. Security guards and friends rushed to the bathroom, but it was too late. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was gone. The news spread like wildfire. Fans around the world were devastated. Graceland became a sea of grief, with thousands of people lining up to pay their respects. The city of Memphis came to a standstill, and the world mourned the loss of a cultural icon. But for those who knew Elvis best, the pain was even more profound. They had watched him rise from a poor kid from Tupelo, Mississippi, to a global superstar. They had shared his triumphs and his struggles, and now they were left to grapple with the reality of his sudden departure. Elvis's death was a shock, but it also raised many questions. How did a man at the peak of his fame and fortune end up like this? What had led to his decline, and what legacy would he leave behind? The answers lay in the complex and often turbulent life of Elvis Presley, a life that was as much about the highs of fame as it was about the lows of personal struggle. As the mourners gathered at Graceland, the story of Elvis's life began to unfold, piece by piece. It was a story of a boy who grew up in poverty, dreaming of a better life. It was a story of a man who became a legend, but at a great cost. And it was a story that would continue to captivate and inspire generations to come. But for now, the world was in mourning, and the silence of Graceland was a stark reminder of what had been lost. Elvis Presley's life was a series of intense and often tumultuous events, marked by his rise to fame, his complex relationships, and his struggles with personal issues. His journey through the music industry, Hollywood, and his personal life is a testament to the highs and lows of stardom. Elvis's relationship with drugs was a significant part of his later years. He began using prescription medications to cope with the stress of fame and his rigorous touring schedule. His drug use was often facilitated by members of the Memphis Mafia, who supplied him with various substances. This dependency eventually took a toll on his health and contributed to his untimely death. Elvis's marriage to Priscilla was a highlight of his personal life. They met when he was stationed in Germany, and their relationship blossomed over the years. They married in 1967, and despite the challenges of fame, they had a daughter, Lisa Marie. However, the pressures of their public lives and Elvis's drug use strained their relationship, leading to their divorce in 1973. The Memphis Mafia, a group of Elvis's close friends and employees, played a crucial role in his life. They served as a buffer between him and the outside world, managing his day-to-day life and often shielding him from the harsh realities of his fame. However, this insular environment also contributed to his isolation and dependency on the group. Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's manager, was a dominant figure in his life. Parker orchestrated Elvis's rise to fame and managed his career with a mix of shrewd business acumen and sometimes controversial methods. Their relationship was complex, with Parker often making decisions that were not always in Elvis's best interest, especially in terms of his artistic development and well-being. Elvis's friendship with various female and male companions was another aspect of his life. He had many close female friends, including girlfriends and ex-girlfriends, who provided him with emotional support and companionship. His male friends, such as those in the Memphis Mafia, were often more involved in his daily activities and business affairs. Elvis's time in Hollywood was marked by a series of movies that ranged from musicals to dramatic roles. Films like Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock, and Viva Las Vegas solidified his status as a movie star. However, the quality of his films varied, and he often felt constrained by the roles he was offered. His return to live performances in the 1970s, particularly his residency at the International Hotel in Las Vegas, was a highlight of his later career. Elvis's health issues were a constant concern. He suffered from various ailments, including intestinal and digestive disorders, hearing problems, and frequent nosebleeds. His drug use exacerbated these conditions, and his later years were marked by a decline in his physical and mental health. Graceland, Elvis's home in Memphis, was a sanctuary for him and his family. He purchased the estate in 1957, and it became a symbol of his success. Over the years, he made numerous renovations and additions, including a meditation garden and a dedicated office space. Graceland was also a place where he could retreat from the public eye and spend time with his loved ones. Elvis's musical background was deeply rooted in gospel and black music. His early singing experiences in church and talent contests laid the foundation for his unique style. His first recording at Sun Records in 1953 was a pivotal moment that launched his career. Throughout his life, he continued to draw inspiration from gospel and blues, integrating these influences into his music. Elvis Presley's life was a complex tapestry of fame, friendship, and struggle. His legacy continues to inspire and captivate fans around the world, making him an enduring icon of American popular culture. Elvis Presley's life was a whirlwind of fame, love, and tragedy. His relationships, both personal and professional, played significant roles in shaping who he became. One of the most influential figures in Elvis's life was his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Colonel Parker was a shrewd businessman who orchestrated much of Elvis's career, from his early days to his stardom. However, Parker's control often led to conflicts and even sabotage, such as when he interfered with Elvis's relationship with Anne Margaret. Elvis's relationship with his family was equally complex. His mother, Gladys, was a constant presence in his life, and their bond was deep. Her health issues and eventual death deeply affected Elvis, contributing to his own emotional struggles. His father, Vernon, was a figure of both support and conflict. Vernon's business decisions and personal issues often put strain on their relationship, but they remained close until the end. Priscilla Presley, Elvis's wife, was another significant figure in his life. They met when Priscilla was just a teenager, and their relationship blossomed over the years. Priscilla was molded by Elvis's influence, and their marriage was marked by both love and tension. The birth of their daughter, Lisa Marie, brought joy to their lives, but the pressures of fame and personal issues eventually led to their divorce. Elvis's circle of friends and associates, known as the Memphis Mafia, played a crucial role in his daily life. Billy Smith, Elvis's cousin, was a constant companion and confidant. Billy's close relationship with Elvis was marked by both loyalty and occasional conflicts. Other members of the Memphis Mafia, like Jerry Schilling and Sonny West, were also integral to Elvis's world, providing support and companionship. Elvis's sexual life was a subject of much speculation and controversy. He was known for his intense and often unconventional relationships with women. His interest in younger women and his use of pornography were subjects of gossip and concern. Despite his fame, Elvis struggled with feelings of insecurity and a deep need for connection, which sometimes led to complicated and tumultuous relationships. Elvis's battles with drug use and abuse were a significant part of his later life. He was prescribed a variety of medications for various ailments, and his dependence on these drugs grew over time. The use of sleeping pills and other substances affected his health and contributed to his decline. The death of Elvis on August 16, 1977, was a tragic end to a life that had touched so many. Elvis's legacy continues to influence popular culture, and his music remains beloved by fans around the world. His complex personality, marked by both charisma and vulnerability, has made him an enduring icon. The relationships he forged and the challenges he faced are a testament to the human side of a legendary figure. As the story of Elvis and the Memphis Mafia comes to an end, It's clear that the bond between Elvis and his friends was unlike any other. From the early days in Memphis to the height of his fame, the Memphis Mafia stood by Elvis through thick and thin. They were more than just a group of bodyguards or employees. They were his family. Billy Smith, Elvis's cousin, was always there to lend a hand or a shoulder to cry on. His loyalty was unwavering, even when things got tough. Marty Lacker, one of Elvis's closest friends, was a constant presence, helping to keep Elvis grounded and connected to his roots. Lamar Fike, another longtime friend, was known for his fierce loyalty and protective nature. Together, they formed a tight-knit group that supported Elvis in ways that no one else could. Elvis's rise to fame was meteoric, but it came with a heavy price. The pressures of stardom, the constant attention, and the struggles with addiction took a toll on him. His friends were there to help him navigate the challenges, but they also had their own battles to fight. Red West, Sonny West, and Joe Esposito, among others, faced their own demons, but they always put Elvis first. The Memphis Mafia was more than just a group of guys who hung out with a famous singer. They were a family, a support system, and a source of comfort in a world that could be cruel and unforgiving. They shared laughter, tears, and everything in between. They were there for the triumphs and the tragedies, the highs and the lows. Elvis's passing in 1977 was a devastating blow to everyone who knew and loved him. The Memphis Mafia carried on, but the world was never the same without him. They continued to remember him, to tell his story, and to keep his legacy alive. Each member of the Memphis Mafia has their own memories, their own stories, and their own way of remembering Elvis. But one thing is clear: the bond they shared was unbreakable. In the end, the story of Elvis and the Memphis Mafia is a tale of friendship, loyalty, and the enduring power of love. It's a reminder that even in the most challenging times, having people by your side who truly care can make all the difference. The memories of those days in Memphis, the laughter, the music, and the deep connections will always be a part of who they are. And for the Memphis Mafia, Elvis will always be their king.